And
Thank you.
you can
Don't
come
be
back
getting all
anytime.
emotional. Don't be getting
Listen. No,
emotional.
no, no. That. I will absolutely get emotional when
I
the
say
government. No,
emotional.
no, no. You listen. When the government is not giving black men the protection that they need, I will absolutely get emotional.
That's the lead attorney there having a discussion about how black men can find themselves in DV situations and there's nothing ever done about it. His original live stream was about how the baby called the police on Danny Lee. She was allowed to ignore orders from officers. Totally out of order. We're gonna go ahead and jump into this video, but before we do that, take a second to make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Click the notification bell for updates. And if you're new, include new subscriber in your comment below and I'm gonna try my best to respond to all of you. Not gonna waste any time here. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right, we got Koja Malik. Is that how you say it?
Just Koja.
Koja, okay. How are you doing, Koja? We're kind of in the
Good.
express around here. Thank you so much. What do you know in 3 minutes? What do you think about this situation with the baby?
I'm gonna speak to the law. First of all, I don't know what the state he was in, but you know, a lot of times once you stay a place a night or two or receive mail, you are a resident and they have to evict you in court, not the police. The police can't do that. So his proper thing would have been to go. He actually should have just rented her a space for a month or put her up in a hotel, and he wouldn't have that problem. He just wouldn't have to pay the bill.
Let me tell you, I don't know how TLA he's able to do this a lot of the times, but you have a woman on here talking about she's calling up and she's gonna stick with the law. Doesn't matter that she has absolutely no experience in anything, and she's sitting up here talking to a man who graduated from law school, an experienced attorney, over 20 years in the game, and she's acting like she's about to school him. By the way, with women, this happens a lot. That's why it's very difficult to even talk to them, to have decent, reasonable conversations with them, because they do stuff like this. Yes, a guest can become a resident if they're there for a particular amount of time, but it's definitely not 2 or 3 days. So I would say that it's partially true, and she's already exaggerating or kind of flipping things for the sake of the argument.
He came to her, from what I understand, in the middle of the night. That's a bad look for him as a man and as the father to put her out in the middle of the night. The police did not have to do anything unless a crime was committed.
Then she's saying that he tried to put her out in the middle of the night. Once again, attempting to justify this woman's behavior who was being aggressive to the man. She's like, it's nothing for the police to do. Yes, it is. How about do what they would have done if it was her calling them, saying that he put paws on her? Just do the same thing that you would do to him. Oh yeah, I forgot. When it comes to men and women in DV situations, men are never treated fairly, especially black ones. They could be making their last call to 911, and the operator, just like with our brother Michael Craig, she could be sitting up there treating him nasty and acting like he's ordering a 2-piece and a biscuit from Popeyes. Acting like he's interrupting her recording her TikTok video. That's the level of concern or lack of concern when it comes to men in DV situations.
You, Tyrone, you stay the night at my house a couple of nights, and I tell the police I want you out. They gonna say, no, ma'am, you got to take him to court. The police can't do that. And he should have waited the next day, went to his attorney, and had his attorney resolve that.
I wish she'll stop lying. 1, it's not a couple of days. And 2, if a man was in her house putting paws on her, she would not have to take him to civil court because the police would step in and get him put out. It's men getting put out of their own homes in the same type of situations.
So he put himself actually in a bad spot because he didn't have to be there. He said you going to put me in no 5-star hotel because you're going to pay the fee for one night and then I'm going to be SOL. I don't think she's even from that state. So he should be smarter. He should not have done that. And if he want her to come and stay for a month with him and hit it when he want to hit it, rent her a place for a month, a townhouse, a B&B or something like that. That way he ain't got to say leave. He could just go to his next place. From my understanding, he also had another place. He said that was his penthouse. So he had somewhere where he could go. So be smart if you're gonna do that. And if she the first baby mama to put him on child support, she gonna be the one who get the biggest check, because the two who just getting the handouts where he give them without it being official is not gonna get it because his net income is not reduced. So she better be the smart one and be the first one to put them on, while them other two back there getting the side between people. She better be the first to put it on paper because the first one get the most, not the oldest.
Do you know how many young women are out there listening to old 304s like this one? You better hurry up and put him on child support before somebody else put him on child support. Just straight up low vibrational, hood radish. Just slummy. Can't figure out any other way to co-parent besides running down to them folks to that courthouse. And one thing that they're not calculating is that there are men out there who will challenge them for those kids. Yes, more and more men are challenging these women for these kids, and they are winning. So yeah, play those games with the right one.
But that's the law, and I ain't gonna be emotional and talk about what the police should have done when that was a civil situation and not a place. It wasn't a criminal situation, so the police did not have a right to be involved. That is the courts is the place where it would be resolved.
I'm sorry, but did the law change? Last time I checked, putting paws on somebody, that's criminal.
Yeah, I disagree with you there. I disagree with you there.
Depending on the state, depending on the state.
Listen, please listen. Hello? Hey, hello? Hello? Can you hear me? All right. You're talking about the law, but you're talking about the law to a 20-year attorney, right? So it would be good
I
if
say
we kind of
depending on the state. I'm not from Atlanta, so it may be different from your state because we know the statute.
It seems like you don't even want to listen. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they're in Atlanta, but I don't know where they are. Right? I don't know where they are. Something occurred to the extent that 2 police officers came out. Once they were in the house, they had the right to conduct an investigation, and they had a right to order this woman to do certain things for their own safety. And when this woman ignored their lawful commands, they absolutely had a right to not only get physical with her, but to arrest her. Something that they would have done to a black man 100% of the time. So when you're saying, oh, no laws were broken, I can tell you're not an attorney. Like, I appreciate your opinion. But
I was talking in regards to him, not the police. I was only speaking to if she had assaulted him or something of that nature, not in regards to the police. So that was the context.
I thought you said that the police shouldn't have been involved.
I'm saying I'm saying if they went there and they investigated and no crime had been committed and they determined that, then
she was
they
committing
could not
a
put
crime.
her out. That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
I'm saying if they determined after they investigated that no crime had been committed, they could not have forced her to leave. Depending on the state statute, he would have had to take it to court. And that was the only context I was speaking in. I was not speaking in regards to them giving her a command.
Gotcha. Okay.
And by the way, they did end up charging Danny Lee. But word is that the baby, he's gonna drop the charges. So I don't expect anything to happen to her anyway. So yeah, once again, another modern woman not held accountable.
Well, thank you so much, Koja. Really appreciate you coming up.
Thank you. Don't be getting all emotional. Don't be getting emotional.
No. F that. I will absolutely get emotional when the government. No. You listen. When the government is not giving black men the protection that they need, I will absolutely get emotional.
Okay.
Like, people get emotional for black women all the time.
Baby. Okay.
Don't baby me. Don't fucking baby me. If I was up here being emotional about black women, all of you black women would be patting me on the back. Oh, the lead attorney. Right? But when you try to stand up for black men, then it's, oh, don't get emotional. Fuck that. Like, what's wrong with some of you people? Like, no one wants to stand up for black men. If I am screaming trying to help black women, it's, oh, you tell them, lead, support black women. But if I'm up here screaming for black men, oh, you're too emotional. What the f is wrong with some of you? Like, you don't even see it. You don't even see it. It's like none of y'all see this. You know what? I should just end the stream, man, because listen, I love y'all black women. Y'all are pissing me off. And I don't want to be this way. I know it's not all of y'all. I've seen some really great comments, but it's the people that come up here telling me not to get emotional when I'm trying to protect a black man. But if I was trying to protect a black woman, all of you women would be patting me on the back. And none of y'all see it. Right? I'm gonna just let y'all talk. y'all kind of got me fucked up a little bit.
And you know, I am with TLA on this 100%. You have black women especially sitting up listening to all kind of rhetoric day after day, week after week, month after month, year over year, decade after decade, and then they get a little pushback and they can't handle it. They literally come for every single person who's willing to challenge their bad behavior. They've been out of control. And it's a lot of these old 304s who continue to promote that rebellious spirit amongst the young women. And I say this too, and a lot of people, they don't agree with me on it. But after a certain age, there is no redemption for these women. Sometimes they try to fool people, but they'll turn back into their original self at some point, and they'll be that same bitter woman, just like the one on that call with the lead attorney, thinking they know everything when they know nothing, willing to sit up there and argue about laws with a 20-year attorney. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started below in the comments. And you know, this situation here is less about Danny Lee and DaBaby and more about everyday people, the men who get looked over, their stories are never told, the Michael Craigs, all of them. I have people reaching out to me telling me their personal stories all the time. This is a real issue and no one seems to care. If you want to see that full show, I'll leave the link below for you to check out the lead attorney. Special thank you to Richard T. I appreciate you for your support for this channel, as well as Ashley P. She's a new subscriber to the channel. I really appreciate you, sister, for your contribution. Smoke Jensen, thank you, brother, for your support. And I cannot forget about Richard Uncanny. Want to see more content like this? You can support the channel as well. Links to PayPal and Cash App are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.